Rick Mathwig. I'm the Chief of Police here in Roseville. I've been the Chief just over a year, and I've been with Roseville for about 24 years and about 25 years in law enforcement. One of the great things about Night to Unite and any time you get communities together and families and apartment residents and things like that is just really saying hi to each other. And once people get to know each other, they become more friendly automatically. Anytime you engage in conversation, the world is already a better place. And especially in neighborhoods that have houses where residents come and go. In the suburbs, everyone drives a car, everyone has an attached garage, and they drive in off the street and they hit the garage door up and they go in and they put the garage door down. It's not like back in the 30s and the 40s where people were actually forced to associate with each other outside in the front driveway, in the streets and things like that. So especially in the summertime in Minnesota and also in the suburbs, people get out and they get to know each other. They see who has a new baby in the neighborhood, who drives a different car and things like that. And the world is just a better place when we know one another. Your typical patrol officer is the face of the city. And in the city of Roseville, we're making almost 40,000 contacts with people every year, and most of those contacts are actually negative. We stop them for speeding, or someone's having a heart attack, or we go to their house because their house was broken into or something like that. Most of the time it's a negative contact, but here, when it's Night to Unite, you're meeting with an officer in a positive base, and you get to see that face behind the badge. And it's not just an authority figure, it's someone that you can be friends with, interact with, and talk about just what's on your mind. It could be the twins, it could be the car broken into down the street, it could be the national political scene. It just gives you a chance to talk to an officer and realize that cop is human. And they have the same feelings and the same emotions as you do. And again, when you engage in dialogue, people become friends almost immediately. What we're looking for is for people to know your neighbors, whether it's an apartment complex. We want people to know each other, what's in their apartment complex or a neighbor down the street. In the last several years, we've solved a lot of crimes because someone has called us. A particular case I can think of is it was about a year and a half ago. There was two gentlemen who parked a car on a side street, and the resident of a house that they parked in front of looked, that's odd. No one parks there. No one parks in the street and then walks away. And she called us and two suspicious people. We ended up following them about a half mile down the road, and they were actively burglarizing a house when we arrested them. All because she looked out her window and said, that doesn't look right, and called us. And we cleared up probably about 15 or 16 burglaries these two guys had done because one person took the time to look out her window and took the extra step to give us a call.
I am Kathy Frickin. I am Community Manager at Rose Vista Apartments, and we are here to celebrate our 12th annual National Night Out, Night to Unite, and I am here celebrating with Target Incorporated, and they are here graciously donating toys and prizes and all kinds of fun stuff for our kids. And JD, what's your event for tonight? How many events are you going to go to tonight?
We're going to go to probably 3 or 4 different block parties around the neighborhoods. We got squirt guns and wiffle bats and water bottles and different kinds of soda and chips. So
Sweet.
Just going out to different neighborhoods, getting to know the community, and hanging out with the kids and the families.
Okay, great. National Night Out means that our community is united, and we're forming a front against crime, and we're all celebrating the night, enjoying each other's company, and having a little swimming, a little fun activity, and a lot of food.
National Night Out is a great way for us as Target employees to get to know the community where our Target's located, to partner with the police as well, who we see frequently in the stores and the community.
I have been a community manager at Rose Vista for 23 years, and this is our actual 12th annual celebratory Night to Unite. We've been doing it many more years, but since we've got our community room now and our swimming pool, it's on a broader spectrum. So it's just a nice way to celebrate the year, the event, and have our residents come out and meet one another and have a sit-down dinner and have a fun time.
Well, I'm Dan Rowe, and I'm mayor of Roseville. Just started about 6 or 7 months ago, got elected last year, and started in January. And this is my neighborhood, and this is our Night to Unite block party. It's an opportunity for all of us neighbors to reacquaint each other with each other, and also talk a little bit about public safety issues in the neighborhood and how we can be better watchdogs of what's going on in our neighborhood. Well, it's important to me, but also to the community, because it is that opportunity to make connections in the community. One thing that's very important to me as mayor is to make sure that we are fostering good connections amongst the residents and businesses in the community, because that just is a vehicle for all sorts of good things to happen in the community. And so that's why this night is important in Roseville. And we've got 90 plus block parties signed up. It's a little down from last year when we had a record of over 100. But hopefully people are out and enjoying themselves tonight. I just stopped over at Chili's this afternoon to pick up my free gallon of iced tea that they're offering to all the block parties, and so we did that. And of course Outback, I believe, is sponsoring one or more parties that are drawn into drawing, and Target is helping out as well. And I'm sure the police folks can tell you more about that, but we're really appreciative of that the local businesses are getting involved. And once again, we see businesses sponsoring the parade at the Rose Fest and other activities where they get involved, and so that's a great once again a way to connect with the community. The process to have a block party in your neighborhood is to basically just register with the police department, and it's something you can do online or by contacting the community relations person at the police department. You sign up your neighborhood, and they will give you information about how to hold a block party, what are some of the things you need to do if you want to block off your street, what are some tips as far as how to get your neighbors involved and that sort of thing. Very helpful information. We hadn't done a block party in our neighborhood for a while before I started it a few years ago, and so it was very helpful for me doing that to get all that information from the police department. And they're really great about helping people and encouraging neighborhoods to have their block parties. Certainly they communicate that out to the neighborhoods through the block captains, through the neighborhood watch program that we have, and that's another part of this this evening is sort of those check-ins with the neighborhood block groups. So once again, it's a very easy process. There's no fee, doesn't cost anything. You don't even have to register with the police department if you don't want to, but we recommend it if you're going to do blocking off the street and things like that, because we do want to make sure that the police know where that's happening. Well, the process for me was really about seeing what's going on in the community in terms of watching city meetings on our local access channel, and seeing what issues are being discussed and what solutions are being proposed for the different problems that we have as a community. I felt that I had something to offer to that process, and so I started attending meetings and seeing how they went, and started getting up and making comment at the public comment opportunities at the meetings, and then actually had council members come up to me after meetings and suggest that I might want to look at running for office, and that's how I kind of got involved in all this. So it was a process of sort of feeling my way into it, and deciding consciously that instead of just sort of complaining about issues from behind the scenes, I would get more involved. Certainly I would encourage people to take a chance and get out to get to know your neighbors. It's a great way to find out what other people are thinking about, whether it's an issue with, gosh, we had a big storm last week and trees are down, and what are you doing to deal with the branches, or what sort of issues once again are there in the community related to public safety, or just an opportunity to have a nice cold beverage and some good food with your neighbors. It's really, it's a low risk thing, so it makes sense to, if you're willing to do it, and take the chance, get out and visit with your neighbors. We really want this to be a community that feels like a bunch of small towns, so we can't force people to do it, but we certainly wish people would take that opportunity.
My name is Peggy Green, and this is my house. I've lived here for 14 years. I went to high school in Roseville. I've lived here all my life.
Okay, yeah, my name is Dick Newman. Peggy and I do a joint get-together here every year, and we're happy to have gotten our names drawn for the big prize this year.
The Outback had wonderful ribs and chicken, their garlic mashed potatoes, and a Caesar salad. Awesome food.
My name is Jim Primusburger. I live down the street here a little ways, but we've been there since 1968, I believe it was. And I've been down here since I got out of the Army since 1957. And I'm originally from Pierce, Minnesota, if you know where that is. But anyway, I like it down here. It's nice and peaceful and quiet. And I enjoy this gathering every year. Look forward to it. And especially if we get to see Newman once in a while.
When we came to Roseville, the main reason we moved here is because I worked in Minneapolis for a sign company, and my wife worked over at St. John's Hospital on the east side. So it was a perfect location for us to move into here. And we've been happy ever since. The neighborhood really hasn't changed an awful lot. The trees are taller, yeah. But otherwise, it's a good community to live in, and we haven't had any real bad crime problems. So we're quite pleased with the area.
Well, Roseville is really my hometown. My parents moved down here in 1957. So I went to Lexington Elementary School, which is no longer there. Went to Fairview Junior High, which is no longer a junior high. Went to Alexander Ramsey, which I still call it that. Graduated from high school about the time you moved into this neighborhood. Yeah. And what I love is that it's right so close to Minneapolis, so close to St. Paul. You can get everywhere. There's just always something to do in the Twin Cities. And Roseville, too, does a wonderful job with the Central Park and the John Rose Oval and, you know, everything, all the parks. I enjoy it all. I plan on staying here for as long as possible.
After I retired from work, I figured, well, I can take it easy at home, which I did for a short time, and I got a heart attack. And I came out of that very good. And my wife, she was always a go-getter. She volunteered here and there, and so I got in the act. We do a lot of volunteer work right now at Lynn Bloomstein. I enjoy that, talking to people. But there's other things. We go golfing at Cedar Home on Fridays with the old-timers. Chase the ball around. Anyway, the things are there. All you got to do is make up your mind to go do them. And I learned that in a quick hurry by having this heart attack. So I'm really grateful for this area. And neighbors are excellent. I couldn't ask for any nicer neighbors. So, and that's all about I got to say. I enjoy it. The few years we got left.